What kind of animal is covered in beads, stores fat in its tail, and delivers an excruciatingly painful bite that has no antivenom? It's the Gila monster, and this desert-dwelling lizard is making its way into the Pokemon world in today's episode of CreatureDex. Their name, Gila, is a reference to the Gila River basin in the U.S. states of Arizona and New Mexico, where this lizard was once widely found. Its scientific name is Heloderma suspectum, with heloderma meaning studded skin in ancient Greek. Suspectum is Latin for undecided or doubtful, maybe a reference to how people were unsure of how dangerous this lizard was. Gila monsters are heavy-bodied lizards covered with black and yellow or pink bead-like scales called osteoderms. These tiny chips of bone embedded within the skin give the lizards a degree of protection against predators. Another unique part of their appearance is seen in how these lizards can store fat in their tails, allowing them to survive for months without food. If its tail is starting to look thin, it might be running low on reserves. The Gila monster lives in the deserts of southwestern United States and northern Mexico. They inhabit scrubland, succulent desert, and oak woodland, seeking shelter in burrows, thickets, and under rocks. Gila monsters are mostly solitary, occasionally sharing shelters. Males compete for mates by engaging in carefully choreographed wrestling matches, in which the biggest and strongest win. These lizards spend roughly 90% of their lives hidden underground in their cozy little burrows. When food is scarce, they simply slow their metabolism and wait it out. The venom of a Gila monster is made by a row of glands in the lizard's lower jaw. When the lizard bites, small grooves in the teeth help the venom flow into its prey. The bite of a Gila monster is very strong, and the lizard may not loosen its grip for several seconds. It may even chew so that the venom is forced deeper into the wound. Although venomous, this lizard poses little threat to humans due to its sluggish and non-aggressive nature. They are unlikely to attack unless provoked. Nevertheless, it has a fearsome reputation and is often killed by humans. If you do happen to get bitten, good luck. Its venom is generally regarded as the most painful venom produced by any vertebrate. To hunt prey, the Gila monster flicks its forked tongue out to pick up scent particles in the air. These lizards are not quick on their feet, so they need to sneak up on prey and bite them before they get away. Their favorite snacks include birds' eggs, rodents, frogs, and centipedes. Gila monsters don't chew their food, but instead just swallow it whole, although they do like to break open their eggs. Being cold-blooded and slow-moving, these lizards don't have to eat regularly. When Gilas do eat, they consume a lot, up to 1/3 of their body weight. Gila monsters have many potential predators, including coyotes, hawks, and owls. They are also threatened by humans through habitat loss and the pet trade. Now it's time to find out what the Gila monster's Pokemon counterpart is like. I'm calling the Gila monster-inspired Pokemon Gilanox. Its name is inspired by the words Gila and noxious, emphasizing this lizard's venomous nature. Gilanox is a poison and ground type, pretty straightforward typing with poison to reflect its venomous bite and ground to reflect it being a desert dweller. Gilanox's Pokedex entry would read, "Its thick beaded skin slowly oozes a noxious venom. The toxins it releases are so potent that even touching its trail can leave other Pokemon dizzy and disoriented. It uses this venomous aura to ward off predators and wear down its prey before striking." Are you curious to find out what the Pokemon form of this intimidating lizard is like? Without further ado, here's Gilanox. Its design features a venom-infused reptilian Goliath that slowly roams desert fields. It has a stocky body with brightly colored beady skin. It's so full of venom that excess amounts often erupt from its body. Its strong claws enable it to easily burrow into the desert sand. Despite having such an intimidating appearance, Gilanox is pretty laid back, preferring to nap and bask in the sun rather than take part in battle. In terms of stats, I see Gilanox as being bulky, tough, and not in a hurry, just like its real-life counterpart. It has good defense and special defense, reflecting its venomous bone armor. Its attack and special attack stats are decent as well, and not too far apart, although I do see it relying on physical attacks a bit more, reflecting the wrestling behavior and unshakable bite of the Gila monster. What kind of abilities would this toxic reptilian have? Poison Touch is an option. This ability may poison the target when Helinox makes contact. First one that came to mind considering this Pokemon's venomous skin. Gluttony is another potential ability. This is where a Pokemon with this ability will use a pinch berry when its HP drops to 50%, rather than the usual 25% drop. This is to reflect how Gila monsters can gorge irregularly in the wild. Food can be scarce in its desert environment, and it will sometimes eat 1/3 of its body weight when it comes across a tasty meal. In terms of its move pool, I picture Helinox relying mostly on a mix of poison and ground-type physical attacks, with some status moves that reflect the characteristics of its real-life counterpart. Starting with Acid Armor, this is where the user alters its cellular structure, sharply increasing its defense stat. This move is inspired by the Gila monster's venomous nature and by its Pokemon form's toxic hide. Dig is another potential move. This is a physical ground-type attack where the user burrows underground on the first turn, becoming invulnerable to most attacks, before dealing damage on the second turn, perfect for a burrowing beast such as Helinox. Recover. This is a normal type status move that restores 50% of the user's maximum HP. This move is inspired by the Gila monster's real-world ability to go long periods without food by relying on its stored energy. And finally, Poison Fang. This is a physical poison-based attack that has a 50% chance of badly poisoning the target. I had to include this move to reflect the Gila monster's unshakable and excruciatingly painful bite, with no available anti-venom for treatment. From its bizarre venom to its reclusive nature, the Gila monster is a unique animal and makes for an even more intriguing Pokemon. What did you think about Helinox's typing and potential abilities? Would you suggest any particular moves? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you on the next episode of CreatureDex.